All right, first up today, the Museum of Wisconsin Art is making a splash this Saturday. It is opening up an art exhibit called The Wonders of the Dells. It's putting the spotlight on the Dells, which is our state's, of course, most popular tourist destination, also known as, you love this, Tiff, the Waterpark Capital of the world.
I do love it so much. We're ready to dive in. Joining us now from the museum is Laurie Winters, the Executive Director and CEO, along with Tyler Friedman, who is the Associate Curator of the Museum of Wisconsin Art. Thanks for being here, you guys.
Hey. Great to see you.
Yeah, got to know about this exhibit. This is cool. Something about the Dells.
Exciting. Well, you're talking about tradition, and I was thinking there's nothing more relevant than tradition to the Dells, because so many families have taken their children, their grandparents, whomever, to the Dells. It's just part of the idea of the summer vacation.
We try and do it in the August months.
Yeah, and so they have over 4 million visitors a year.
Wow.
And in the Wisconsin
They
Dells,
have the traffic to prove it.
there are about 3,000 people that live in the small city of Wisconsin Dells, and yet it is flooded with 4 million visitors a year. So how does this happen, and how did it become the Waterpark Capital of the year, of the world? So we spent Tyler, our curator, spent a year and a half just sort of researching this and following this through the history of photography, starting with H.H. Bennett and ending with 3 contemporary photographers who the museum commissioned to spend a year photographing the Dells.
Oh, wow. And this was in partnership with the Wisconsin Historical Society, right?
That's right. They have the collection of H.H. Bennett. The studio was donated to them in 1998, so they have all Bennett's original glass negatives, vintage prints, which they graciously loaned us 29 of.
Wow.
They also have the collections of a couple other Dells photographers, Leroy Gates, who was a riverboat pilot before Bennett, from whom Bennett bought his camera and rented a studio, and then John Trumbull, who was a photographer of the Dells from the 50s through the 90s. So we got quite a few works from them.
So there's over 100 photographs.
Right.
There's also an exhibition catalog, correct?
That's right.
Absolutely.
And what is that?
It's called Among the Wonders of the Dells, and it has all of the photographs in it. We've published it with the University of Wisconsin Press, and
to be purchased or to be viewed?
To be purchased.
Okay.
Yeah, and that'll be available soon in our store, so it's very exciting.
That's fantastic.
A lot of new scholarly research has gone into that, so it has a kind of broad. The exhibition has a broad appeal, but it is new sort of research on the Dells and how we know the Dells today.
The exhibit is June 1st through September 8th. I wondered if it was important to you to have the exhibit showing during the time that people are most likely to visit the Dells.
Absolutely. And one of the things that we've done is to create a hashtag, so you can go to our website and you can send in your family photos, your photos of the Dells.
Look at those old ones.
Yeah. So cool.
Yeah. And, sort of relive that nostalgia. Everyone talks about the Tommy Bartlett, water
For us,
show.
it's the Ducks.
And the Ducks, it started in 1945 after the Second World War. And then our contemporary photographers, they've done just an amazing job capturing the Dells today. And so, they're just really sort of stunning. And that's actually one by Tom Jones and another by Mark Brodegum. And
pretty cool.
It is pretty amazing.
There's going to be an opening party where you've got lots of fun stuff going on.
Yep.
Yeah.
That will be June 1st, this upcoming Saturday from 2 to 5. And then
This weekend.
This weekend, yes. And throughout the month, there are lots of great events. A week later, June 8th, we'll have the 3 contemporary photographers, Tom Jones, Mark Brodegum, and Kevin Miyazaki, on a panel discussing their experience of spending a year photographing the Dells and their unique take on the place. On June 20th, we'll have John Gerda giving a talk on how the Dells came to be. He sort of triangulated that story through the story of H.H. Bennett, Tommy Bartlett, and Byron Kilbourne, who founded the city, which was previously known as Kilbourne City.
It was interesting in some of the photographs we saw, they were portraits of people. Are those the people who work at the Dells and support all the tourists?
Some of them. Those are probably Kevin Miyazaki's contemporary photographs.
Yeah, some of them were even black and white,
yeah,
I saw.
Right. He set up shop in H.H. Bennett's historic studio and invited passersby to have their portraits taken, and the result is a sort of visual cross-section of the contemporary Dells. Anastasia, right there, is from Russia. She's one of the several thousand J-1 visa workers who come from abroad, who are necessary to accommodate the 4 million tourists in a town of fewer than 3,000.
Yeah.
Tourists from surrounding states, workers, families, all sorts of people.
You know, when you look at the Dells and as you've kind of studied it, I wonder, you know, is it thriving? Is it something that we all need to go to keep alive? You say there's these 4 million visitors, but it's huge and there's so much going on there and there's so many places for people to stay. Is it thriving? What's the state of the Dells?
Go there and you see that it is thriving. There's
Right?
no doubt about that. But actually the interesting part of the story is that it was in large part H.H. Bennett, this photographer of the late 19th century, who made the Dells what it is today. He set it on a track that became this kind of a tourist destination. He would take photographs and he partnered with the railroads to drive tourists to the Dells. And it didn't hurt that in 1865, one of the first tourists to the area was Abraham Lincoln's wife, Mary Todd. And so, you know, that really started getting people talking about what an exceptional place the Dells was, and it just snowballed from there.
It's so neat. You've got this great party opening things up. It's the opening party happening this Saturday, June 1st. That's from 2 until 5 p.m. There's music, there are light bites, art making, there's photo booth, opportunities to meet the artists too, which is phenomenal. It's free for members or $15 only, which includes a year of MOWA membership. You can go to wisconsinart.org/Dells to find out more. And this exhibit will be up and running through September 8th. A great time. Make sure you check out the Wonders of the Dells because it's for a limited time only. And again, there's a website.
Go there before you go to the Dells for your trip.
Absolutely.
Like, what a cool way to experience it. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Thanks, you guys.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thank you.
Appreciate your time.